Doris Au Yeung. 我要咁樣 rap 嚟。Okay, you know what? She was actually fourth person I had on my podcast.
Yeah, I felt like I was like the first few.
But somehow, because Sam was not here, it was only us two that we recorded just our faces and not our voice. And it took me a year now to have you back. So welcome back, Au Yeung, Doris.
Thank you, Toby.
Okay, so you have been...
We're sure all this stuff works now.
Yes, Sam is here.
Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, I've had you on because I wanted you to share about your life, your journey, share with audience like what you're up to. This girl is a hustle bustle New York girl who's kind of moved New York, Hong Kong, New York, and now back to Asia.
Back to Asia.
Back to Asia, not Hong Kong, just Asia.
Asia.
Yeah. Tell me about life. Introduce yourself.
Okay. That's a long introduction though. I'll try to cut it short.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm based in Bali.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of work around Asia. So Hong Kong, Singapore, even some in Taiwan. So I am a yoga teacher, but I also teach breath work and somatics. So it's about helping us breathe better, but also helping us to release all the stress and anxiety that life gives us, especially in the big cities, right?
Yeah.
We live in Hong Kong. I lived in New York for, I was born and raised there.
She's still a New Yorker. I don't know why this yoga teacher. She's learning.
I'm balancing between the two versions of me right now.
Aren't we all? It's life.
It's life, yeah. So breath work. I help people move through using the breath, move through the journey of life using the breath, and also create retreat experiences. So that's always a beautiful experience to kind of immerse yourself away from the big cities of life, to kind of be in somewhere else, to kind of just drop in, take a pause in everyday life, to learn the tools to kind of like be whole again, to tap into ourselves, to come back home to ourselves.
Yeah.
And we don't do enough of that.
I don't think we ever do we?
No, it's hard because there's so many things happening. How many roles do you have in your life?
I have too many.
Too many, right?
Too many.
Like, when do we actually get to stop any of the roles?
Never. I think once you become a mother as well, you never have time to just stop.
Yeah. And interestingly, I actually have a lot of moms, a lot of women who come into these retreat experiences. Men too, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're excluding men, but I think because of our nature, our caring nature, that we hold a lot of roles. We're taking care of a lot of other people except for ourselves.
Yeah. I think we all need it. I haven't done it. The last time I did yoga with you, I was pregnant, farting a lot.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't know, because I don't know. I need to, though. I am not yoga. I just need to find my inner peace. I think with you, you've always been in this hustle bustle, in a hurry. And then how did you leave this life? Because when you first started, you were making good money. You were having good jobs, not only just lefty work. You did you did PR work, for some time. It's all the hustling and bustling. And then you just said, you know what? I've had it. What was that? When was that point that said, I got to do what I got to do?
Yeah, I feel like I lived many, many lives. I mean, started in New York City. I went into the world of finance because, what do I know back then? Okay, I needed to make money coming from, a low income household. It was important to actually create a different life for myself. So I went into the world of finance because, that's a place where you have a pretty decent salary, work for the big banks, and you make a lot of money. However, the downside to it is that you lose your life. You don't necessarily, I guess, have life. And then you experience stress and burnout. And I did that for 18 years.
Yeah. Until you
18
came back.
years.
That's when we met. You were still in finance.
2019. 2019 is when I completely left it.
Yeah.
And that was hard because for me, that financial bit was safety. especially growing up the way that I did, Brooklyn, New York, in a low income household, immigrant family. So moving through that struggle and finally actually creating a life that I thought I always desired, leaving it was like pulling safety out of the bottom of my feet, pulling the ground out of my feet. So I knew I needed to really work through those fear of, being poor again,
Yeah.
right? So not
Yeah,
having
those were those
enough,
days. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
so for me, it's like, okay, I did the MBA, I did the school, I saved a bunch of money, and I did the therapy, the coaching. I did a lot of self work to kind of overcome that fear,
Yeah.
but it was still really scary. And in 2019, I was like, well, it's not like I get to live many, many lives. I do. But this life, if I don't change and and move into something that I really love and passionate about, I'll never know.
Yeah.
If you don't try, you never know,
Mhm.
right? So I decided, okay, this is the year that's gonna happen. That is also the same year I lost two really important people in my life.
Yeah.
So I went through also grief, and I also realized actually life is not it's finite,
Yeah.
right? So if I don't try, I never know. So that was the year where I decided, okay, I'm gonna let this go.
I'm gonna move on.
I'm gonna move on, I'm gonna try something different. I moved into the world of wellness. I reached out to people in Hong Kong, my community. I'm so grateful, grateful, grateful for my community.
Mhm.
And the universe also transpired and responded, gave me these beautiful projects to do in the business world, but in wellness.
Yeah.
Create
Don't get it wrong though. At the beginning it was hard.
Oh, it's hard, so hard
Yeah.
in so many
You
ways.
were telling me how money was going dry. And
Yeah,
then you kept going.
kept going, you
You
know.
trusted the process.
And that's actually one of the most important things, trusting the
Mhm.
process, trusting your journey, and trusting you, trusting yourself,
Yeah.
trusting your ability, trusting that you got your own back and your community got your back, the universe got your back.
Mhm.
And I was presented with these amazing opportunities to create these amazing wellness ventures, studio, athletic brands. An influencer in LA needed support to build out her online offering, so like all kind of came together really well.
Yeah.
And that was during COVID.
Yeah. How crazy was that?
So crazy.
Lockdown. You were still teaching. We're like, we're locked. They're like, you're like, fly over.
Well, I did it online. I
Yeah, I
did everything
saw.
online. And yeah, there was lockdown, but we were still able to kind of create. And what was interesting is the lockdown created an opportunity for us to be creative,
Yeah.
to try something completely new, to bring things online, to create in a way that we probably wouldn't be able to create, or in a way that we didn't would think about if
Mhm.
life was normal. So I took that opportunity to create a lot of different beautiful things, and it transpired into, successful businesses
Businesses.
that's still running in Hong Kong, and also,
But what
globally.
was that calling to say, "Oh, it's yoga, it's health." It must be that one point which took you like, okay, it is. You've always we've always went to yoga with Margaret and stuff like that, but why?
I think it's more than yoga. It's yoga. I also realized over the last couple of years being in Bali, it's the breath.
Mhm.
It's this life force that we've been using since we were born. We
Yeah.
don't have to work for it. You just breathe, right? What's happening when you're doing yoga, you're moving and you're connecting with your body somatically, and then you're engaging with the breath as well, and you start to really connect with our body and start to feel, and we start to kind of like, you know continue to show up every single day. You start to actually, what we think originally to change our physical body to get like fit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to the gym, go to yoga and do this movement to get fit. But what actually it's slowly doing is actually changing our mental state.
Yeah.
It's helping us move through emotions. And really and yoga was actually my entry point. And what had happened then was, this was about 20 something years ago. I had a near death experience,
Mhm.
and I completely lost myself. I went into depression. And when I came out of the hospital, I was unconscious for 5 days. when I came out of hospital, the first thing I was met with was the yoga mat. I was invited to go to a yoga studio, a yoga class, and I started moving through the physical postures. I was engaging with my breath. I was sweating, and I was like, oh my God, this feels amazing. What
Right.
is this?
I feel like because it was near death experience, right? You're like finding yourself all over again. Like life gave you this opportunity to find, I think that first breath that you really took in, because you need to do it and intentionally. You need to think deep, go deep, yeah,
Mhm.
And then that breath must have been like, wow, so empowering.
Yeah, it completely shifted my life.
Yeah,
180.
180.
You know, I mean, we've been through a lot of us have been through these experiences where we're like partying too hard, drinking too hard, no self-love, no self-worth, and you don't even know what those things were because you weren't taught. And then all of a sudden you step on a mat and you're like, oh, hey, there's more to life than what I've been doing for the last 24 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, let's do yoga now.
And it's not only yoga, it's yoga,
Yoga,
it's
breathing.
breathing, it's
Mhm.
breath work, it's doing that inner work and things like reflection, journaling, all these different tools are at the tips of our fingers.
Yeah,
If we only have more people sharing about it, and I think the world is sharing about it now, is everything is about wellness, and more people being open to kind of trying it, I
mhm.
think the world would change. We would be in such a better place if everybody just breathed properly, even.
Stop breathing down my neck. I think it's also learning to find peace,
Hmm.
right? We've been trying to for a long, I mean, we talk about it all the time, finding peace within us. How did it help you think? Like with all the yoga, with all the breathing, with what you're doing now, what has helped you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think we met after my finance days. No,
Um,
actually, as I
in
was
the
getting better
midst, in
in
the
the middle of
midst.
my
Hmm.
finance days. You didn't meet me when I was in New
Oh
York.
no, I still met crazy
Crazy New
Doris.
York.
Crazy
Crazy New
Doris. I call
Yorker.
it yeah.
I was a complete bitch. Can I say that here?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like you ask my New York friends and you tell them, oh, Doris is actually so kind and so nice. They're like, what Doris did you meet? Who did you meet?
Right.
Because they will say, like, yeah, she is not the nicest person. And I think growing up, because I needed to wear this armor. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, if you weren't picking on people, people would pick on you. So
Yeah.
you gotta protect yourself. You
Yeah.
gotta really protect your friends, protect your community, protect your family. And so for me, I was always like super fiery, super impatient, super snappy, and there
You would
was
see
no
her
grounding.
zooming in the MTR, like, oh, wait, she's gone.
Yeah.
She'll be like, bye, Tila. And even like ordering, hi, Bina. Yeah,
It,
that's her.
it
That's her
was
before.
it was like, and I was always angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a lot of anger in my body as well. Probably of how because of how I grew up, there were a lot of things that I had to move through that, I felt like I wasn't given choice sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when I was growing up. So I had a lot of anger in my body. And I think and also in finance, I had a lot of anxiety. And I experienced burnout. So, all of these tools became my anchor
Mm-hmm.
to kind of peel off those layers. We're like an onion, peel off those layers so that we can find what's within again and be whole. Because otherwise, we're just on autopilot.
Yeah.
We're on autopilot. We experience stress, we hold on to the stress, we hold on to the tension. And then one day, what happens? We're like a pressure cooker and we blow up,
Yeah.
right? So, in human form, how that looks like, we lash out on our partners, we yell at our kids, we yell at our mother, our dads, or we like flip a bird, especially if you're in New York City, a middle finger to the taxi cab driver. And that's not the way we want to react,
No.
especially to
No.
people who we love,
Yeah.
right? So, with this work that we do in the wellness space is we start to really take care of ourselves, but by taking care and not but rather by taking care of ourselves, we take care of other people around us. How are you going to take care of other people if we can't take care of ourselves? If our cup is not full, how are we going to fill up? How we can support other people to fill up their cups?
Yeah. That's what I've learned slowly as well. Took me a while though, really to like, gotta love yourself before someone loves you. I've always been a giver, so it was
Yeah.
very different that way. But within the process, like your changes, how did it help with your relationship, like with your mom or with
Mhm.
other people? Because not always the happiest, of course, right? It was the
Yeah.
upbringing, all the pressure. But till now, how did it help you within the process?
I think I now have a lot of, patience is still, but you learn to manage that a little bit
Mhm,
better. You have a better understanding of the person that you're working with. I understand my mother a little bit more. I understand, at that moment in time, she only tried to do her best job with all the resources that she had at that moment.
mhm,
You know, we all try to do the best we can with the resources that we have. And perhaps maybe at that moment in time, many, many, many years ago, the resources were limited, which is true. And, stepping into her shoes and really understand where she was coming from. And I think with this work, it really just helps me understand people more, empathize with people, have a little bit more compassion, you know? So if you go into Starbucks, the person was a little bit, rude to you serving your coffee. Maybe they're just going through something
mhm.
and you may not know. Maybe
Yeah.
they're experiencing loss too. So sometimes we got to not only give ourselves a break, but the people around us, they're just doing the best that they can with the resources that they have.
Yeah, that's why I feel like everywhere I go, even though I'm having a shitty day, like I still go around and I smile.
Okay, so that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Because you know why? You change your physiology, you change your state of mind. Tony Robbins says this all the time, and it's true. Like in yoga, you're moving your body. Or maybe somebody makes you laugh, or even if you're having a shitty moment, you put a smile on their face. 你做做下咧, all of a sudden, like your entire body starts to shift, your mind starts to shift,
It's
and
like the
all of a sudden,
universe, right? Like
yeah,
you go universe, how you think positive thoughts and good thoughts, it comes around. Like days I have stressful and things I don't understand days, but I'm still there like, hello, Iggy, or I feel like everyone is going through something you just don't know. And maybe that
uh-huh.
smile will change someone.
Yeah, I always say that too.
Yeah.
Just one smile, you never know. You may change the person's day or maybe in their entire life.
Mhm.
And also, this is also another reason why I love doing this work is because you're helping people move through their own life journey and they can be in a moment of stuckness. They may
Mm.
be in a moment of grief or sadness or whatever it is that they're moving through, stress, burnout. I think one of these shifts, it could just be one yoga class, one breathwork class, one smile can
Mhm.
make a world of a difference.
Do you have a memorable moment that you've taught someone that you're like, "Oh my goodness," and then you felt that shift or that like that shitty anger just whoosh, you felt it go away on someone?
On someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had quite a few people who had releases. I mean,
Mhm.
there's so many different transformations that people go through. So there's no one specific thing or experience that I could say that would really stand out because they're all quite special moments.
Mhm.
So it would probably be, either a person moving through a grief, or I had recently a person who has scoliosis
Mhm.
and she came into my breathwork class. I had no idea what she was moving through or going through. I knew she was having, she was getting a little uncomfortable because she was kind of moving around a little bit
Mhm.
more than,
Usual.
usual. Like,
Mhm.
'cause usually you're lying down. She was just trying to, you can tell that she was trying to move through something uncomfortable. And then after class, she came to me. She was like, that was beautiful. I'm moving through so much emotions because I feel like I'm not mobile. Things just hurt in my body because of what I'm experiencing with scoliosis, and the breath and this work had just made her feel like she has a little bit more space. So she had a release. So she had a little bit of a cry. And we always think that crying is a bad thing. I don't know. I hear people, and even me growing up, it's like Mohama, you know? don't cry, and then you hold it in. But actually, holding it is like the worst thing you can do because you want that stress, that stress cycle to be released so that you can feel lighter.
I love to cry.
I love to cry too. I'm crying all the time now.
Yeah. I'm like, we just cried in karaoke the other night.
We did.
I'm like, I don't want to cry. Yeah.
Oh
But
my God, I had
yeah.
so many cries that night.
Yes. Yes. So always happy when you're back. But I mean, there's this person you taught as well. Was it taught or you? Jay.
Jay,
Jay Shetty. Shetty.
Jay Shetty.
Yeah. Or you had a class with him. What was his name?
I had a class with. Oh no, I didn't have a class
No,
with him.
or you
Jay
met
Shetty,
or
Usher.
Usher. Yeah. Meet Jay. Jay, can we meet you as well?
Jay Shetty, we did too. I did too.
Yes,
I
you
was
did
at
too.
Four
See?
Seasons.
What are you talking about?
I
I
was
can't stop
teaching at the
pronouncing.
Four Seasons.
Yes,
And he was there. Jay
I
Shetty
know.
was there. Jay Shetty and his wife.
Yes. Such an inspiring guy.
Yes, he is.
She can't talk more about her clients, but I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
This
he was
inspiring
really
guy.
sweet. He signed my book too.
I know.
The book that I got was Five Rules of Love,
Yeah.
and I was moving through a separation with one of my long-term ex partner, and he was like, "Oh, it's really nice that you're reading my book." He signed it. I hope you, and he gave well wishes.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
lovely man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she taught Usher.
I didn't
Can you
teach
change that?
Usher.
You were there when Usher was there.
We meditated and we did yoga class. That was in Bali. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was cool.
that
That
was
was really
cool,
fun.
right?
Yeah, he was really nice. It was almost like talking to your friend that you haven't seen for like 10 years. It's almost like, talking to an old friend, which was kind of cool actually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. Usher, you're cool.
I love Usher.
But you've done a lot of projects like Titin, you so happen to met some yogis. There was Gailey and Rosemary that you guys did something
We
a
did
while
a
back,
retreat
right?
experience.
Retreat experience. How
Yeah.
did that go?
That was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I had such a great time with them. We did it for 2 years. So, two retreats back to back. And this year, we're sort of kind of taking a pause for a bit because we all three of us have like our different own business projects. But, like, yeah, it was really good just bringing people in and helping them move through a transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Like all most of the retreats that I do is about transformation. It's not just yoga, it's actually an experience, right? So it's yoga, it's breath works, it's activities, it's fitness, it's going to cultural sites.
Yeah.
It's also just really immersing ourselves to, connect. It's about food as well and nature. So it was beautiful to be able to take these beautiful women, happen to be all women, women into a 5 day journey. And what's also so beautiful about this combination that we have created is that we are also different.
Yeah.
We're all three of us are so different.
Mm-hmm.
So we really brought our specialty into the mix. And yeah, everybody really had a great experience. So it's to this day, I feel like those two retreat experience was just probably the two most memorable moments and experiences that I have so far in terms of like retreat. And it's always really nice to work with other people,
It is.
other collaborators to build something meaningful with a mission behind it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So for me, I don't like to do retreats on my own. I like to collaborate with beautiful human beings with same intention, perhaps same values and mission to kind of take people to move through this like transformational journey. That's what I like to do.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
coming for 5 days, just finding yourself, finding peace
Yeah, it could
with
be
love and
whatever.
food, right?
Yeah, it could be whatever. Maybe you came in with no expectations, no nothing. You're not gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna go find myself." Maybe it's not that. Maybe I just want to take a pause. Maybe I just want to step away from the kids just for a little moment so that I can be in the sun and relax, or not in the sun. Maybe it's just be in nature. Maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
just immersing myself into a different country with different cultural experiences, right? And if you move through a type of transformation where you maybe find clarity along the way, clarity in life or clarity in the situation that you are
Mm.
in, hey, that's a plus.
What do you think is happening to this world? What with every human being. What's the bad thing that is happening to us, our bodies, our souls, like social media, of course,
Social
but
media, AI.
yeah, that's no, I mean, it's not horrible.
No, it's actually great. I think all of a sudden I have like a team behind me
Yeah.
because it's helpful so
Yeah.
long as I think so
Do
long
it in the
as
proper way.
you use it in the right way and not completely rely
Yeah,
on
but
it.
what do you see the problem with human beings now? Like the hustle and bustle? Is it because 你睇到佢嘅問題啊，個個都要 they're finding their money or there's something inside. There's this pressure that they have. Like, why is it happening to all of us? I mean, I'm sure everyone. Have you have you thought about it that way? Like, why is there 越嚟越大壓力，越嚟越多 pressure with everyone around us? Is it a chase? I'm not just making like, oh, New York or I feel like everyone in life now.
The
You
world
know,
is also in a really weird place.
you think so? No, oh no,
I
no,
think
you
so.
think so? We know so.
We know so. Globally is in a weird place. So it's like, people are a little bit heightened. I mean, I am lucky that I am sitting on an island that is like really peaceful most of the time, other than the hideous or crazy traffic that happens in Bali. I'm lucky, and probably my body and my soul decided to choose that places because I needed more peace in my life, right?
Mm,
Um, and then going into a place like New York. So I went to see my family. I went back to New York in February,
hmm
and wow, like I feel the energy around me, and I couldn't help but also like I couldn't help but feel it. I'm that type of person. I can feel the energy of the space of the room and the people around me, and I can't help but like feel that
Anxious.
anxiousness too, or that stress, and it's not even mine,
hmm
So, I just think that sometimes um we're so focused on what we think is important that we forget to step back and look at the bigger picture, whether it is taking care of our kids or taking care of someone in need or making money.
hmm
Or just focused on the problem, and also or reading the news. When
Yeah.
you start reading news, you go into this hole, and it's almost like I personally don't read the news much. Actually, I don't read the news at all. I hear things people
Right.
tell me, but when you expose yourself to all of that, it does sometimes bring you down. And then there's a feeling of sadness for me when I
hmm
start reading what's happening in the world. So, like layers, like people, society, I think when the whole world is sort of in this heightened state,
hmm
you're gonna feel it too. It's
Right.
hard not to feel it,
hmm
right? Yeah, and that energy transfers.
What do you think you has benefited you with the big change and like finding what you love and now being a yogi, a breath teacher, like what has benefited? Like your body has changed definitely,
Oh,
mentally. I mean, tell us about the goodness of it. Like why people should say, okay, take a pause. Even though you don't like yoga, even though whatever, you need to find your breath, man.
find
Like
your breath.
how important is how it benefited you.
Hmm. I mean, it really helped me again find clarity to what I want in life.
hmm
It helped me in so many ways. I mean, I can give you like this whole list, but I think ultimately it's like finding myself being whole again, and then also seeing how that doing this work has shifted me. I mean, if I didn't have this work and also my community and my friends around me, I probably wouldn't be sitting here speaking to you right now,
Yeah.
right? Like I probably have gone somewhere outside of this dimension, you know? And I think with the tools that I have now, I can not only help me regulate my nervous system and help regulate, where I am, and to help me move through my life journey, because we know that life is hard. You're
Yeah.
gonna have a lot of up and downs with life. There's shadows, there's also light, yes. It's always a yin and yang. And then, when shit hits the fan, I now have tools to kind of help me move through it.
Yeah.
And now I have the tools to help my family move through it, the tools to help my friends move through it, and people who I don't know move through it. So long as they're open to experiencing, you know, a, this or accepting this type of change in their life,
Hmm.
the slowing down, the breathing, like all of this work just helps us shift our mindset so that we can see more, so that we can create space to manifest the dreams that we want to create in our lives. Like we all have dreams, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes we get stuck in this place where we forget this vision of what we're moving towards, or we forget our dreams that we had when we were 10 years old, or 8 years or 7 years old. Actually, we could if we want to, if we just allow ourselves to release what's stuck in our body, release what's stuck in our subconscious mind, and create that space so that we can move forward to create our
Yeah.
dreams.
Because everyone's listening, like, oh, yeah, we breathe every day, What is all the breath work about? Can you like introduce it to us and let us know, like, the it's not just we do it every day, but you have to find, I don't know, teach me. Hit it to me. No, at least, I mean, people will understand, like, what is it, or the basics. You need to go on with the first class, teach people.
Yeah. So the breath is so what we do is it's somatics and breath work. And some breath work is part of somatics. And the beauty of this work is that let me backtrack. So when we experience stress,
Hmm.
whether it's stress or trauma or anxiety or burnout, like all the things, right? We store it in our bodies, we store it in our subconscious mind, or an experience that we experience from the ages of 0 to 7, especially.
Hmm.
That is our imprint years. Um, and we go through these experiences, and maybe we don't want to remember these experiences. We shove it to our subconscious mind. So the mind is made up of the conscious and the subconscious.
Right.
Conscious mind is the thinking mind. It's what we do every day. We write our to-do list. We think about what we need to do next, and all this great stuff. Go to work, take care of our kid, pick up our kid. Everything is in our thinking mind. That's five. It's actually driven by. It's only 5% of what we do every day. It's driven. Our mind is actually driven by our subconscious mind, which is 95%. It's driven 95% of the time.
Oh,
And this is where our beliefs, our experiences, our emotions are stored. And it's stored in the back of here. So actually our day-to-day is driven by 95% through driven by our subconscious mind.
hmm.
95% of our day is driven by our subconscious mind,
Oh,
right? And so with this breath work, we get to actually release certain things that are yet to complete. So, like if you think about the stress cycle, we've experienced stress, we've experienced trauma, we store it in our bodies, we push it to our subconscious mind, and we don't release it. So, what we're trying to do is we want to breathe. We want to breathe so that we can release the stress to finish this life cycle that we have,
mm.
the stress cycle. Because
Release the shit.
there's four responses to this, right? There's the fights and the flight.
Hmm.
So you either fight
Yeah.
or you run, right?
Yeah.
Then you got the freeze and the fawn. Fawning is people pleasing.
Mm.
Freezing is freezing. So have you experienced stress? Maybe an email from your boss, or actually maybe a conversation with your mother-in-law or your mom.
My armpit sweats. Like I
Armpit sweat.
sweat. Like
And
I,
then
I sweat, and I'm like having a panic attack or something.
and you freeze.
Yeah, I
There's this
freeze.
feeling of freezing, you
Hmm.
sweaty palms and things like that. And so what your body is doing is experience a stress response. So you store the stress in your body and it stays there. And it's you layer on more and more, you create this tension. And
Hmm.
like I mentioned before, then like a rice cooker,
You
you
pop.
explode, you pop, you explode.
Hmm.
And in human form, it's lashing out on our kid or yelling at someone or just, basically responding in a way that we probably don't feel good about.
Mm-hmm.
So with the breath work and with somatics is movement, connecting with your body to
Mm-hmm.
move. With the breath work and somatics, you get to finish off that stress cycle.
Oh, so it just comes out like poop.
And how it comes out, it can come out in different type of emotions. You
Mm-hmm.
can laugh, you
Yeah.
can cry, you can sigh, sneezing is a release as well. Maybe farting is a release. Farting is a
That
release.
was not a release. Yeah.
So there's so many different ways, and
Mm-hmm.
when you start to move through these emotions, just in your body, lying down with the breath, you start to finish off those stress cycles that may have not been completed. I always talk about it in, like, for example, if you're on a computer, you open all these internet tabs, right? And eventually there's too many tabs and then it crashes, right?
Right.
So these are stress cycles. There's too many stress cycles. Eventually it crashes. So what we're doing is we're slowly closing off the tabs healthily, and so that we can, continue whatever work we need to do. So yeah, I think this breath is actually quite powerful, and I don't necessarily have to guide you back to an experience that you had when you were 7 years old. We simply breathe through it and we release. It could be crying. A lot of people cry
Mm-hmm.
as a release. Screaming is a release.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel
Yeah.
like we all need that, don't we, then?
Yeah.
With all the tension and all. I feel um as kids or as teenagers, there's still stuff that we hold on to.
Yeah.
Or even what my dad or mom said, it's still there. It just lingers.
And you know what? When these things are still there in your subconscious mind, you might not even remember it. But anytime you experience a trigger, have you ever experienced a trigger? Somebody
Yeah.
said something, and
And
you're
it comes
like,
back.
what the fuck? Like you
Yeah.
get triggered,
Yeah.
right? Those triggers are amazing teaching moments.
Okay.
Because if you start asking yourself, why am I reacting? Why does my body feel like this when she said
That.
that, right? It might not be what she said. It might not be the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be related to this person. It could be something that had happened when you were younger. Something
Mm-hmm.
your mother had said,
Yeah.
or something your father had said.
Yeah.
So when you get triggered, my biggest thing with this, I love it. When I get triggered, I sit there and start thinking, where is this coming from? And I start scanning through my life as my time, like my life is my timeline, like history has a timeline.
Yeah.
I start to scan through my timeline. I'm like, oh, because this is what my mother had said to me back then.
Right.
And that's why I still feel the way I feel. And we start to understand and go back to that moment in time. Say, for example, when I was 7 years old, when my mom said, "我冇用,"
Yeah.
like what was actually happening? What was the actual truth
About it.
about it
Mm-hmm.
when I was 7 years old, when my mom said that to me?
Right.
She probably,
Didn't mean
she,
to, maybe.
and it was again out of stress.
Mm-hmm.
My mom sort of raised me like a single mother. I had stepfather and half siblings, but she was by herself. She had also experienced a lot. She had me when she was 19.
Yeah.
So what the hell did she know about taking care of a kid? She was a kid herself.
Right.
So the things that she said may not have been about me.
Yeah. It
Could have
might
been
be
about
herself before.
something that she's moving through.
Right.
And again, you lash out on people because you're going through stress, right?
Yeah.
So it's
一路連續咁樣大落, it just goes on and
係啊，
on and
係啊。
on and on and on.
And our job here is to
Stop it.
stop it. Because you know what? That shit goes through the generations to come.
Yeah.
So if we have something that we haven't figured out, I would say, hey, sit with it. Journal about it, or maybe, have a conversation with a friend about it, or sit there really, or do breath work.
Yeah. That's what John said to me quite a while back. He goes, dig deep. This is not me.
係啊.
Yeah. It's 我唔係我激嬲你咯, okay? He goes, dig deep, wife. Like, no, you piss me off. But you're right now. If you think back, it must have been relationships or things that someone did to me where I put it on him. So in life, I'm sure it will happen a lot to a lot of people where bad or good things, we carry it on. Well, mostly bad. Of course, we carry the bad things. And then
We
you
carry
just,
the good too.
I know, but you won't like complain about the good things, right?
Yeah.
So good then. No, but you will carry on that bad thing and just say, yeah, husband, you should have, yeah.
Okay, so you said before the thing that was done to me. And I will also want to say that it could be, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it could be your perspective at that time. That's how you received it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's also how we received it at that moment. Right? Like, 我以前細個, my mom and my papa would leave me by myself at home all the time. They had work to do or wherever they went. I don't know where
Mom
they
was
went, right?
19. Come on.
Yeah. So, and I was home. I was like, what is it? Hold on. Maybe same, sorry, I
Yeah.
think, right? Or maybe even younger. I don't remember, but I remember sitting in that house in Chinatown, New York, crying my lungs out. And then you know what that created? A feeling of deep-seated abandonment.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I still feel that, because, as much work as you do, you peel off the layers and you want to work on it. Sometimes you still feel it. So it's like, oh, actually, it's not a situation now. It's because during that moment in time, I experienced this experience, even though I wasn't abandoned.
Yeah.
It felt like I was abandoned. And my perspective at that moment in time was my reality.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you solve that though? When you find out, is it solved already? Like, oh, it's not, it was that moment that I felt of.
Well, again, like, of course, because you have abandonment issue, that means it affects your romantic relationships, right?
Yes.
I'm 45 and still single, so
You're just
I've been
fun.
working on it. And maybe more fun. I could be difficult, I guess. So and then so it shows up in my relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think back, like, where is this coming from?
Yeah.
Like, because he didn't really abandon me. Like, it's just like, so I think back and then I look, okay, this is what happens when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But what was really happening? So then I do also NLP, neuro linguistic programming, and there's something called timeline therapy. So I do it myself. I
Yeah.
kind of walk through that timeline, close my eyes, and envision that moment in time. And I look around in that
Mm-hmm.
moment in time, close my eyes, strong visualization, and I think about what was actually really happening. Where was my mother? Where was my grandmother? Was it actually really abandonment? My mom and my grandmother came home.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't abandonment. It was more of like, hey, I'm stepping away for a little bit. I'll be back.
Mm.
So really going back into that time and collecting new
你一
information.
講呢啲我就諗起 like I was going through a rough time in my life and then you 介紹咗一個 psychiatrist 俾我。
Sonia?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Should we be using names? I don't know.
Let's beep the name.
Okay.
But no,
Hypnotherapy.
yes. Because I had emotional damage. Emotional damage.
我哋個個都有㗎啦。
Yeah. It's not like that though, right? It's not go back, deep, 1, 2. It's not like that. 即係你嗰個唔係㗎嘛, right?
No.
It's totally different. I was having a hard time. I was like, Sonia, I don't think I can. This is not work. I still have packages as well.
Because you know why? I think what happens, I honestly think that when you do these sessions, 你真係要你個 nervous system 真係要唔係你個 thinking mind 啊，your 5% 個 conscious mind. It's not that. Your body
Mm-hmm.
needs to really feel safe around that person.
Yeah.
To feel open enough and to receive. To receive what she was giving you at that moment in time. 唔係話佢
唔好，只不過
只係
I never feel safe with anybody.
except for me.
Yeah. A few people, but
Yes.
It's just I can't.
So there's that thing too. And then because also the way, we grew up in big cities, the way I grew up was like always constantly trying to, protect myself and things like that. So
Mm,
for people to break me, for my nervous system to trust someone, it took a long freaking time,
yeah.
right? So it really depends on the person, the coach, the therapist, or the person holding that space for you. We call it holding space. What it really means is helping you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you need to be safe with them. And then then your body will be like, oh, I feel safe. Okay. Then you're more open.
Mm,
And when you're, especially in hypnotherapy, you get sort of what they call hypnotized,
hypnotized.
and then you're going to be more susceptible to
I was
information.
pretending to be hypnotized.
Because then when that happens, they're working with your subconscious
Mm,
mind. But when you're bracing, like I did when I was in here, I braced a lot, nothing can go through me. My nervous system didn't feel safe. You're not talking to my subconscious mind.
yeah, I was just saying what you wanted me to say. I went out like, nope, it didn't help me. How you checked in on me all the time. I think on my subco package. Is it really
Subclasses, yeah,
subco
go
class?
package, yeah.
I think I went like 3 times. Oh my Doris,
Duh.
I don't know. Maybe I feel like I need to be tough. Some people just
Oh, yeah,
hide all their feelings. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not fine.
yeah.
But yeah, it takes time.
It's interesting because our response is always, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Are you really okay?
Yeah, that's what you and Keiko, if you guys watch Keiko, she's like, Toby, just stop. Just stop saying you're fine.
Yeah.
Give me more than just fine. Oh,
Because behind the word fine, there's a lot of other shit behind it.
yeah, I've noticed that. That's why I try to answer people. 即係，都要學識 I'm fine. That means you're not fine. There's more than like you're not okay. There's something more deeper
And
than it.
it's okay not to be okay,
Yes.
right? Like, who do you know who is all rainbows and unicorns?
None.
我哋都係人嚟㗎嘛, right?
Right.
Like even me as a teacher or a breathwork guide doesn't make me any better or higher or whatever. I'm still a human being. I'm still going through human emotions and human shit and life shit that we
Mm-hmm.
need to move through.
Yeah.
So, it's not all rainbows and unicorns. We know this already.
Mm-hmm. What do you foresee in the future for you, Doris? Like what big things? Think positive. What big things are coming for us?
Big things.
Big things.
Big things. I think I want to continue to be personal and professional.
Yeah, of course. Come on, share it with us. And something, imagine, okay. Almost time as well. Like, just answer this first and then think about another question I'll ask you later. The last one. 你記唔記得我問你咩啊？
Professionally,
Mm.
I want to touch more lives.
Oh, yeah.
I whether it's through this medium or through my classes or through privates, one person, one body at a time, yes, for sure. But if I can use the modalities that I've learned in the 45 years of my life to help people shift, help people transform, to help people go from A to B or to C,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm all in. The more lives I can touch with this type of work, and when I say this type of work, I know my portfolio is big. It's yoga, it's breath work, it's retreat experiences, but it's all related to taking people back home to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to do. I want to continue to grow my business in that way. And it's not just going to be in Bali. We have Asia, and we have
Yeah.
the whole world at the tips of our fingers.
She comes
Why
back to
am I
Hong Kong
Bali?
once in a while and teaches, if you're lucky.
Yes, please. Welcome to come to my class. Please, I love for you. I love to welcome anyone who's
Anybody.
open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's continue to do this work, but touching more lives, and it's not just one place. We have now, we have the world at the tips of our fingers. Like back then, and people say, oh, I don't like social media. I don't like social media is a medium to reach how many people are in this world? 8 billion
billion.
people in this world, right? 以前又要買廣告啦，又要上 TV 啦，又要去 radio, and how the hell do you even get there, right?
Yeah.
Now, pick up a phone, turn it around, talk to it,
Yeah.
and you can make an impact. Like, so I want to be able to use.
She hates the phone. She's changing too. Me and her used to be like, oh, we don't care about our phones. Now we're like, okay, we need to think about a content or something.
Because oh my God, I still try to leave it to just that and work time.
Yeah.
We create
Yeah,
content. But I think we can use these mediums along with AI to
Mhm.
kind of help make the world a better place.
Yeah.
I think we can all chip in to do better, to
Yeah.
be better, and to feel better,
Mhm.
right? So that's where I'm at.
That's where you're at.
So yeah, whether it's experiences, connection, people connection experiences,
Yeah.
taking people on that journey. And then personally, it'd be nice to have a loving, supportive partner.
你唔好咁眼角高啦，
Creating my mini family. 咩眼角高啫？
好麻煩㗎。But she's open on dates.
一定要大過我。
啊，好啊，
你幫我講。
45歲以上啊，唔該你。So, you come back again, 2 years time. Say something encouraging to yourself or encouraging, like,
To myself?
yeah, encouragement. Even to
Myself or to
others.
people?
Oh, anything. 你其實同人講就係同你自己講啫嘛。講真㗎，依家原來，因為好多人就係需要嗰個 encouragement. It's not, you think back, 其實個個都係 as you said, it's life. It's a cycle. We go through the same process. 某一個人聽到就係 oh my goodness, I need that. In that 2 years time, this is what I want.
Yeah. I didn't talk about this, but I also talk about manifestation a lot.
Oh, yes.
Right? I teach it too. And I genuinely believe that you can manifest what you want in life. I went to Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat, and he's a mystic / science, and it's all about stepping into this new version of yourself, stepping into this new identity. And I think what I would say with this type of work is like, if you have a vision, first part is putting that vision. If you have that vision, hold on to that vision, and really trust. Hold on to that vision. You get there.
Yeah.
You gotta trust yourself, trust the people around you, trust the universe, everything, the universe, yourself. You got this. Like, you can bring your dreams to life. So what is it? What is it that you really, 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 really want? What is the version of you that you really, really want to step into, that
Yeah.
you've always dreamt of? Like, you make it happen.
Positive thinking.
真係㗎，你真係㗎。And the more detail you can get
Yeah.
with that vision, like, it could be as simple as
Do you
like,
journal it? Like, this is what I want.
you know,
Because you journalize it. Like, you
I journal
manifest
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But actually, if you can step into the feeling of it as if you got it already.
Oh.
So this is like, you visualize the thing. I visualize, 10 years down the line, I am with my loving partner, or whatever it is. I'm sitting in Bali, sipping my pina colada, I don't
You
know,
don't-
doing yoga. Like, whatever that is, or you stepping, your vision is, my vision is stepping on stage to speak to an audience and to inspire them to, again, do better, feel better, and all of that.
Yeah.
And you visualize it as if it's actually happening right now.
Yeah.
You feel it in your body, and that's the most important thing. It's not 就咁寫 or 就咁講, right? It's actually feeling it in your body that you can, feeling your body that is already here. You're already loved, you're already feeling loved, you're already feeling, there's that person that loves you.
Right. So it's just not just thinking. It's just having your whole body and your sense just there at that
Stepping
moment.
into it. You're stepping into that identity. You're
Yeah.
stepping into that feeling.
Yeah.
係啊，
要有信念 believe. right? I'm starting to be like,
Trust, believe, manifest it. You get the
manifest
word
it.
at the tips of your fingers. We can manifest it.
Let's go, Doris.
Yes.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
That was fun. Thank
I
you.
know.